Hi everybody, today I'm gonna read the chapter 7 of Pinocchio. Let's get started. Poor Pinocchio's eye was still half closed, and he had not noticed that his feet were burnt off. Thus, when he heard his father's voice, he tumbled down from his stool to run to open the door. But after staggering a couple of times, he fell his full length on the floor, making a noise as if a whole back of wooden ladles falling from the fifth story. "Open the door!" cried Geppetto from the street. "I can't, Daddy," answered the marionette, crying and rolling over and over on the floor. "Why not?" "Because somebody has eaten my feet." "And who has eaten them?" "The cat," said Pinocchio, seeing the cat, who was just then playing with some shavings with his forepaws. "Open the door, I tell you!" Geppetto cried again. "If you don't, I'll give you the cat and 9 tails when I get in." "Believe me, I can't stand up. Oh, poor me, poor me! I shall have to walk on my knees for the rest of my life." Geppetto, thinking that all this complaint was just another of Pinocchio's tricks, decided to end it for good. He climbed up the wall and got in at the window. At first he was angry and scolded him. But when he saw his own Pinocchio lying on the floor and reeling without feet, his anger vanished. He took him in his arms, kissed him and caressed him, spoke many affectionate words, and with the tears on his cheeks, he said sobbing, "My dear little Pinocchio, how did you burn your feet?" "I don't know, Daddy, but believe me, it has been a hard night. I shall never forget it as long as I live." It thundered and lightened, and I was very hungry. And the talking cricket said, "It serves you right. You've been wicked and you deserve it." And I said, "Be careful, cricket." And he said, "You're a puppet, and you have a wooden head." And I threw the hammer at him, and he died. But it was his fault, for I didn't want to kill him. And the proof of that is that I put the pan off the bridge, but the chicken flew away and said, "Goodbye, I shall see you again. Give my love to the folks." And I got more and more hungry. And for that reason, the little old man with the nightcap opened the window and said, "Stand under the window and hold up your head." And I got the kettle full of water on my head. It is a disgrace to ask for a bit of blood, is it? I ran back home as quick as I could, and because I was so very hungry, I put my feet on the brazier to dry them, and then you came home, and I found that my feet were burnt off, and I'm still so hungry, but I have no more feet. Boo hoo hoo. And poor Pinocchio began to cry and scream so loudly that it could have been heard 5 miles away. Geppetto had only understood one thing of all this jumble of words, that Pinocchio was dying of hunger. He took 3 pears out of his pocket and said, giving them to him, These 3 pears were for my breakfast, but I willingly give them to you. Eat them, and may they do you good. If you want me to eat them, kindly peel them for me. Peel them for you? Cried Geppetto, astonished. I would never have thought, my lad, that you were so refined and fastidious. That's too bad. We should get used from childhood to eating everything and liking it. For one never knows what may happen in this curious world. That's all very well, retorted Pinocchio, but I'll never eat food that isn't peeled. I can't stand skins. So that patient kind Geppetto took a knife and peeled the 3 pears, putting all the peelings on the corner of the table. When Pinocchio had eaten the first pear in 2 mouthfuls, he was about to throw away the core, but Geppetto stopped him. Don't throw it away. There may be some use for it. Can you imagine I shall ever eat the core? Cried Pinocchio, turning on him in a rage. Who knows? This is a curious world, replied Geppetto calmly. So the 3 cores, instead of being thrown out of the window, were placed on the corner of the table, together with the parings. When Pinocchio had eaten, or rather devoured, the 3 pears, he yawned and then began to weep. I'm still hungry. But, my son, I have nothing more to give you. Nothing? Nothing at all? Only the peelings and cores you love. All right, said Pinocchio. If there is really nothing else, I might eat some peelings. And he began promptly. At first he made faces, but one after another he quickly ate all the peelings, and after them the cores. And when he had eaten everything, he clapped his stomach and said cheerfully, Now I feel better. You see, said Geppetto, I was right when I said you should not be so refined and fastidious about your food. My dear boy, we never know what may happen to us. This is a curious world.